You know, it's kind of hard to buy this whole oppressed victim narrative from the transgender community when we are constantly getting new videos of transgender individuals trying to confront people in public.
I can't believe you would act like that in public. Okay. Damn, that's ignorant. See, that's intelligent, and that you're not ignorant.
The difference between a real woman and
a real woman.
Case in point, black Americans in the South during Jim Crow weren't out individually confronting white folks because they knew damn well that if they could, at best they would end up with a burning cross in their front yard, and at worst they would end up dead. Another prime example, in Iran, if you are a woman caught outside without a hijab, you'll go to prison. If you talk smack to the Iranian government about the Iranian government, you go to prison. Maybe you end up...
All I said, I just want to see you recorded me.
No, you don't understand. No, you're ignorant. Yeah, you're ignorant as fuck. Yeah, I'll call the cops on you.
But here, under the oppressive Donald Trump regime of America, you as a transgender individual who is being just completely and utterly oppressed, well, you're comfortable enough to confront individuals out in public for saying things that you don't like, knowing full well that you're going to suffer no repercussions. In fact, if they should do something to you in response to your confrontation, well, they'll probably go to jail. The only reason you're doing any of this is for internet clout. That's why you have your camera out. It's not to record evidence. It's so that you can post it on the internet and show your friends, and they can all be like, oh my God, you're so brave and so cool, and we're so proud of you. That's all it is. That's all it is. This has nothing to do with a fight for freedom. You have all the freedoms. You can vote. You can get married. You can transition if you want as an adult. But, oh my God, you're so terribly oppressed because what? We as a society are just saying, hey, we're not going to play along with your delusion.
Man, look, that man up here with a little boy just like a girl, man. That shit's sad. So what? I said he up here with a little boy just like a female.
And make no mistake, that's exactly what it is. This is a delusion. Up until about 10 years ago, it was recognized by the medical, field, intelligentsia, whatever you want to call it, that transgenderism was in fact a delusion. And I mean, I don't understand how anyone could say it was anything else. If somebody says, hey, I want to chop off my arm because I don't think it's my arm, it's very obviously a delusion, a mental disorder. This should be addressed rather than facilitated. But for some reason, well, it's neo-Marxist political ideology is the reason. But for this reason, when a 13-year-old who has been indoctrinated and constantly bombarded with propaganda about transgenderism and how it's such a positive thing, when the most impressionable youth say, oh, I think I'm transgender, we're gonna say, okay. We're gonna say, yeah, you're right, kid. You know what's going on. Let's go ahead and surgically remove body parts from you.
Why are you talking to me? I don't want to talk to you.
Because you're aggressive.
I'm waiting on food and I'm not. But you directed it to me. You ain't a little child.
They're trying to break it up. Do you not understand?
You talking about anything with this, like whoever, but you in front of your kid.
Exactly.
I'm telling my son the difference between a woman and a child.
You say, don't act like me. There's something wrong with me.
I teach my son.
Like you coming in my job causing issues.
I teach my son. I don't be a man, bro. To not act
But
like that.
thank you.
I can't even blame this guy for telling his kid not to end up like that, because who would want that for their child? Or rather, what sane person would want that for their child? Obviously, there are these insane, narcissistic Democrat parents out there that push their children into this lifestyle that objectively has like the highest rate of self-harm in the country. You have to be, as a parent, to support that, to be happy about it, to push your kid into it. You have to have some sort of personality disorder. And beyond that, I've got hair down to my waist. When I was younger, I had dreadlocks down to my waist. Got tattoos, piercings. I swear, I smoke. Plenty of reasons for people to be like, hey, when I was little, parents being like, hey, don't hang out with that kid. And, not really in my recent years of adult life, but in my 20s, I heard it, Oh, don't turn out like that guy. Oh, don't hang around with that guy. This, that, and the other, just based off my appearance. You think I went out and confronted these people? You think I went and threw a bitch fit? Don't talk about me like that. No. Because it does nothing, first of all. Or at least nothing to help you as an individual. And in fact, what it does is make you look like an idiot. Make you look like a psychopath. It tells this kid, oh, this person doesn't know how to act in public. I shouldn't be like them. All you're doing is hurting yourself. But, you know, you're too busy chasing that clout, chasing that attention to self-reflect enough to actually see that you are your own worst problem.